What's good, y'all? Just in case you can't read, in this video, I'm going to give you 5 seriously useful tips that will make you play better in the finals. Let's get into it. As you've probably noticed, all around the various in-game maps there are ladders that you can climb and zip lines you can ride, but what you might not know is that you can actually destroy all of them. You can blow them up with C4s and breach charges, or you can just shoot them. You can also use melee to damage them as well. While we're on the topic of destruction, you might know that you can bring down the suspended structures on Monaco and Skyway Stadium by blowing up the corners, but more specifically, make sure you're breaking 2 corners that are on the same side. If you break 2 that are across from each other, it won't fall. You probably figured out that you can pick up those colorful barrels around the arena and then throw them at your opponents, but you don't have to throw them. You can gently set them down with right click to avoid blowing shit up in your face. You can do the same with your teammate's trophy so you don't throw them across the room when you're trying to revive. And if you're defending a cash out, try using this to your advantage by surrounding the station in different barrels so you can set them off if someone goes for a steal. If you're going to take anything away from this video, then nail this one into your head as soon as possible. Stick with your team. This is a team-based game and you'll be rewarded for playing together as yep, you guessed it, a team. Don't be that guy that runs in alone and turns every fight into a 2v3. Your team can cover for you and you can cover for your team. And doing this will win you so many fights in this game. Just remember this, it's better to take a worse route as a team than to take a better one alone. Tip number 4 is going to be for you tournament and ranked tournament players. You already know that you only need to be in second to qualify. So, if you are in second place and the time is going to run out soon, you should actually try to keep the vault as far away from the cash out as possible so that the round can quickly end and you can move on ahead. If you instead choose to start the cash out, you risk another team stealing it and putting you below second, basically knocking yourself out of the tournament. Tip number 5 is going to be another tournament tip. So, in case you haven't noticed, at the start of a tournament, you get 2 respawn tokens and they carry over to the next round. And if you run out of tokens, you can't respawn on your own without the help of your team. So the tip here is, just because you can use a token doesn't mean you have to. If your team is able to clean up a fight while you're dead or escape with your trophy, even if you can use a token, it is almost always better to wait to be revived manually and save that token for the next rounds. You're given 1 new token every round as well, so you should save them up for when you really need them. You've probably used some of the deployable gadgets in the game. From turrets to barricades to even jump pads, all of them can actually be placed on walls and ceilings. Your enemies will be less likely to expect like a turret on the ceiling, and it can even make them harder to shoot. And angled jump pads will send you flying at different trajectories. For example, on the slanted rooftops of Monaco, a jump pad will give you a lot of horizontal mobility, so definitely experiment with it in your matches. Tip number 7 is all about shotguns. You're probably used to aiming in to line up your shots and to tighten your spread in other games, but in the finals, aiming down sights with the shotgun does not tighten the spread or give you any advantage. All you're doing is covering up a huge portion at the bottom of your screen with the gun model. Instead, you should try only hip firing with shotguns to have a clearer view of your target and to not get the movement speed reduction from aiming in. A lot of Day 1 players I've played with seem to think that in order to have a balanced team composition, that you should have 1 of each role, 1 light, 1 medium, and 1 heavy. And while this comp is stable, there's a reason they give you the choice to mix it up. So experiment with different compositions like 2 mediums and a heavy, or 2 heavies, or 3 lights. The game is still new and the meta hasn't been fully ironed out, and while some classes appear stronger than others, it won't hurt to try new things and see what works for you and what doesn't. If you're challenging another team's cash out and there's plenty of time left on the timer, then there's no need to try and sneakily steal it mid-fight. You're only leaving your team without a teammate for those 5 seconds, and that could be crucial. If you instead decide to help your team win the fight with more firepower, then you'll get your chance to steal the cash out. Plus, even if you do manage to steal it early, if your team gets wiped, then the enemies are just going to take it right back. You can try to go for a play and steal it as a team, but don't try and do it alone. And of course, if there's only a sliver of time left and it's your only hope, then go for it at your own discretion. You made it, the final tip of this video. You can stick C4s, mines, and breach charges to any object in the arena. You can throw a plant or a chair at someone and then detonate it in their face. Or if you want to get into the territory of war crimes, you can load a poison gas barrel with C4s and set a toxic bomb at your enemies. Another extremely unethical method is to attach explosive mines or toxic gas mines to an enemy player's revive trophy. If you do this, one of a few things will happen. They go for the revive but set off the mine and die. They get the revive off safely, but then the revive player spawns right on the mine and instantly dies. Or they'll shoot, let's say, a gas mine, and now they have to wait for the gas to go away to revive their teammate. It is absolutely disgusting. But that's all the tips I have for you today. Make sure to like the video if any of these help you in your games, comment any tips you have, and subscribe if you want to see more of the finals videos like this one. I'll also be live on Twitch at VizzyFPS, so check me out there as well. Thanks for watching. Peace.